Genesis 27. That's where we're going to start in the scriptures. But first and foremost, let's give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kwakadash, and double honors to our elders and apostles of the great millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect of Israel, starting with the 144,000, 12,000 men from each of the 12 tribes of Israel. And Shalom to the rest of the body of Yahweh Shai, the rest of the elect, the rest of the hopeful elect, the 1/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, West Indians, and Haitians, men, women, and children, coming back to the obedience of Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom be unto you. In this lesson, I just want to go through the differences of rulership. You know, you have two manner of people. Manner meaning, let me get it. Y'all gotta excuse me. I gotta bust it up tablet, but Lord willing. Manner definition. I didn't say. Did I say matter? So lucky I meant manner. Manner. Yeah, I can see I did that incorrectly. So lucky. Manner definition.
Manner.
A way in which a thing is done or happens. Fashion. That's a good way. Means, mode, or method. Attitude and demeanor. Right? Appearance. Because there's two biblical nations, two different biblical nations that came out of the same womb, but they had different ways of operating, different ways of being. So let me get it. I'm sure it's in Genesis 25. We're going to jump down to verse 20s. It's in the 20s. I'm going to start 23. And the Lord said unto her, and that her is Rebekah, the wife of Isaac. Isaac being the father of Esau and Jacob. Verse 23. And Genesis chapter 25, verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. Two different ways of rulership, two different ways of being, acting, all right, conducting themselves, two different codes of conduction, all right. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. Right. If you jump down, we'll go to verse 25. It says, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. That's the elder. That's going to serve the brother, the younger. All right? So people don't get it twisted. Verse 26, and after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bore them. All right. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter. That's going to be important during this lesson, Lord willing. A man of the field, speaking of Esau, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. Esau is the son of Isaac, is the firstborn son of Isaac. And he was named a cunning hunter. His thing is to hunt cunningly, right? I don't want to get too deep on this video. I want to keep it simple and plain. Remember, this is two manner of people. The differences of rulership between Jacob and Esau. And Esau is known as, the red man who the world ignorantly called white. Due to a stipulation that Esau put out in the 1800s. All right, or established. And Jacob being the so-called children of Israel, or Slakia. Jacob being the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, West Indians, and Haitians. The actual children of Israel in these days and time. All right. With that, I want to go to Genesis chapter 27. Keep in mind the two manner of people, the two different ways that they're going to have rulership over the world, over the earth. Two different worlds, two different rulerships, two different manner of the same siblings. Genesis chapter 27. And it came to pass, verse 1, and it came to pass that when Isaac, the father of Esau and Jacob, was old, and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau his eldest son, the elder going to serve the younger, and said unto him, my son. And he said unto him, Esau replied, behold, I am here. And he said, behold, I am old. This is Isaac speaking to Esau. Behold, I am old, and now not the day, Slakia, I am old, and know not the day of my death. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, and thy bow, and go out to the field, and take me some venison. This is the point. This is the what the Akim like to say. He don't say base word. He say dang. It's lucky, but this is the word you have to pay attention to. Weapons. Verse 3 again. Genesis chapter 27, verse 3. This is Isaac speaking to his son, the firstborn, Esau. He say, now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, and thy bow, and go out into the field, and take me some venison. Because Esau, the elder son, is a cunning hunter. The sword is his blessing. All right. With that, let's jump down to verse 26. Verse 26. Genesis chapter 27, verse 26. And his father Isaac said unto him, no, I don't want to start there. I want to start here. Let's go up to verse Let's go to verse 6. And Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, Bring me venison, and make me savor meat, that I may eat, and bless thee before the Lord before my death. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I command thee. This is Rebekah, the mother, right, of Esau and Jacob, the wife of Isaac, telling Jacob, right, because she heard the conversation between Esau and Isaac. But an angel came to her and told her who was gonna receive this certain blessing. Okay. Verse 8 again. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I command thee. Go now to the flock and fetch me from thence 2 good kids of the goats, and I will make them savory meat for thy father, such as he loveth, and thou shalt bring it to thy father, that he may eat, and that he may bless thee before his death. And Jacob, this is the younger son, the brother of Esau, said to his mother Rebekah, or said to Rebekah his mother, Behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. My father peradventure will fill me, and shall sing, and I shall sing to him as a deceiver, and I shall bring a curse upon me, and not a blessing. So Jacob was still being honest. He was still, with wisdom, right? He was telling his mother this. He was checking his mother like, Mom, hey, the same thing Yahweh did with his mom. Honor your mother, honor your father. And when it comes to righteousness, sometimes, because I'm sure there's children out there that has that spirit on them, that's dealing with parents that are just going off and trying to tell you something to do, right? At the same time, you have to understand that you have to honor your mother and your father at the end of the day. And that's what Jacob was doing. So for Esau to have this perpetual hatred that he has to this day, understand this, Esau. Jacob was doing his best to move in righteousness, but at the same time, he had to honor his mother. There's a balance to all these things. And the Lord is Yahweh Basham Shai is going to do his pleasure, regardless. You go to Romans, I believe that's in chapter 9, where it talks about the potter, right? And the Lord said that he going to do, how you say it? Let me see if I can find it. Romans chapter 9. I don't want this to be too long, man, and I hope it don't be too drawn out. That the lesson be edifying. Romans chapter 9. Romans chapter 9. Where you at? There you go. And we're gonna go down to verse. Let's go here. Verse 10. Romans chapter 9, verse 10. No, let me start at verse 9. For this is the word of promise. At this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son. And Sarah, who's the son of Sarah? Isaac. Right? We're not talking about Ishmael. That was the son of Hagar. Abraham and Isaac had a son of promise. And that was Isaac. Okay? For this is the word of promise. At this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son. Verse 10. And not only this, but Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac. And here's the point in verse 11. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High, according to election, might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. This is all designed by Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai at the end of the day. Everything he told Rebekah to tell Jacob, and Jacob being, a man after the spirit, for like in this example I'm stating that he obeyed his mother. One of the commandments, one of the major commandments this world talks about, but no one actually put the effort behind to implicate it. Especially in these days and time. Verse 12. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. Okay? As we were just reading in Genesis chapter 25. Or 27. Or 25. All right? 27. But let's get back to it. I want to jump down to verse 13. Because his mother had a reply for him. In verse 13, she says, and his mother said unto him, upon me be thy curse, my son. Only obey my voice, and go fetch me them, the venison. All right, she cooked it up, she whipped it up after he went and got it, because he was a plain man, dwelling in tents. He wasn't a hunter. He wasn't out there, killing animals. Put it that way. Murdering animals, Esau was a cunning hunter. He did these things like all the time just for the sport of it. All right. I want to jump down to verse 26. Genesis chapter 27, verse 26. And his father Isaac said unto him, come near now and kiss me, my son. Speaking to Jacob. All right. And he came near and kissed him, and he smelled of the smell of his raiment and blessed him and said, see, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field, which the Lord hath blessed. Therefore God give thee the dew of the heaven and the fatness of the earth and plenty of corn and wine. Meaning there's going to be a time when Jacob, whose name was later turned into Israel, and he had 12 sons. All right. The children of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians in these days and time, and the speckled bird. He said to them, there's going to be a time. This is a promise that can't be taken away from the elected. It's starting with the elected Israel. All of Israel is going to be blessed with this promise, but 2/3 have to be destroyed because they don't care. The Lord put it. Hey, that's the as we just read in Romans chapter 9. Let me see if I can get it again. Romans chapter 9 and verse 11. For the children being not yet born, neither having done good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth, because it's for his pleasure. What can we do about it? What can we do about it, right? Nothing. This is how Yahweh Bashem Yahweh operates. And that should bring you some form of peace. Because people go crazy out here because they think they control things, and when things go left, they're like, oh, well, I gotta do something to make it better. No matter how wicked it is, ignorant that shit. Instead of just taking and going through it. That's what we're here for. All right. I want to go down to verse 26 again. No. Let me jump down to verse 28. Therefore the Most High gave thee of the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth and plenty of corn and wine. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's son bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee. All right? That's the blessing of Esau. And it's going to come. It's going to come. It happened before, and it's going to come again. All right? There's nothing new under the sun. Let's go down to Esau's blessing at verse 30, starting at verse 30. Salakia, give me 1 minute. Yeah. Let's go to verse 27, chapter 27, verse 30. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac, his father, that Esau, his brother, came in from his hunting. Right? He's a cunning hunter. That's what he do. And he also had made savory meat and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, let my father arise and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac his father said unto him, Who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn, Esau. Who's going to be what? Who's the elder going to be? Who's the firstborn going to be? The elder. Right? He's going to serve the younger. It's coming. Just wait for it. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, Who? Where is he that have taken venison and brought it me, and have eaten of and I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him. Yea, and he shall be blessed. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. He was hurt. He was butthurt. He felt like he got raped. But at the end of the day, we just read in Romans chapter 9. We just read in Genesis, what was that? Verse, Genesis 27, chapter 7, 27, verse 13, where his mother said, let thy cursing be upon me. Rebecca said, hey, because Jacob was like, hey, man, that's going to cause dissension. That's not how we operate. And his mother said, hey, let your curse be upon me. You see that? In righteousness, not in wickedness. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. Verse 35, and he said, Thy brother came with subtlety, and have taken away thy blessing. And he said, Is not thy rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he taken away my blessing. And he said, and when it comes to the birthright, Jacob put a stipulation on the line. Jacob said, hey, if you want this meat, if you want me to, you want this meat, it's not even done yet. You want this stew or whatever it was, you want this food, and it's not even done yet, give me your birthright. You rightfully, or you willingly, Esau willingly gave it over to his brother. Where's the conflict? If you were so worried about your birthright, being wicked, if you were so worried about your birthright, how come you couldn't come up with another deal? I'm sure Jacob would have honored it, but, it was written for the Lord's pleasure. This is how it had to play out. And this story is one of the main reasons why people are afraid and people hate the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Because this is all the years we went to church, they never broke this down to us. They never broke this down to us, this understanding. I'm not going to go too deep into it, though. I don't want to lose my step. Okay, Esau's blessing. Let's see what Esau's blessing is, because we know the first will be last and the last will be first. Jacob was the last that came out the womb. Esau was the first that came out the womb of Rebekah. The first will be last and the last will be first. Okay. Esau had his time. You go to 2nd Ezra chapter 6, starting at verse 7 through 9. It lets you know that Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And that's what's playing out right now. That's what's playing out right now. Okay? And yeah. Verse 38 again. Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing? My father, bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father, who, if you can receive it, is Yahweh. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. You can see it right now on the earth right now. This is the end of this world. Okay? This is the end of this world. And he has the fatness of the earth. High rises in downtown. He controls the music scene. He controls the media. He controls everything around you. Esau Edom controls everything that you hear, everything that you see, everything that you do on a world stage. Okay? And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. All right? And this is their prospering moment. And back to the top of 40, what do you say? And by thy sword shalt thou live. By thy sword shalt thou live. As we just read in Deuteronomy 25? All right? Or Salaki 27, about his weapons, his bow. Go out and get the no, it's right here in 25. Go out and get that, get your venison. Get the venison. 1, 2, 3. Verse 3, right here. Yeah. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver and thy bow, and go out to the field and take me some venison. He blessed them with the weapons. Everything you see around you that's used as a destruction weapon, from knives, bow and arrows, to swords, all the way to machetes and guns and missiles, rockets, all the way to the nuclear bombs. That's his blessing. And that's how he's going to destroy his kingdom. Alongside with Yahweh saying, let me finish it up with my fire out these chariots. My laser beam pumping out these chariots. Let me finish it off. Or I'm going to finish it off. Ain't no let me. He's going to finish it off. Right, shit. And everybody just playing into the hand of the Lord at the end of the day. But this is the differences of rulership. Because Israel is going to run it in righteousness. Salaki, if y'all can, give me 1 minute. I'm going to pump this up a little bit while I take care of some business. Give me 1 second, though. Salaki family, I hope that wasn't too long. Okay, let's get back to it. The differences of rulership between Jacob and Esau. Okay, now you got the different blessings. We have the different blessings of who Jacob was and how he's going to rule, his blessings, which is coming, and Esau, how he's going to rule, which is deteriorating before the whole world's face at this time. Okay, with that, I want to go into Exodus. Well, no, I want to pull up something. Honestly, I want to pull up something right quick. Let's go here. And this is on a small level. All right, this is on a small level. A small note of how two different rulerships are going to be ran.
Wait. Okay, wait, take it. Wait. Wait, just stop it. I think you'll come more. Okay, take it. Wait, not from the front.
Shocking, man. I gotta see that back.
Okay, wait, take it.
You know, see, Esau's carnal, man. He don't understand. He don't get it. By his weapons, has he ruled over the whole world? There's gonna be a time when the Spirit is going to dwell on the earth in fullness, where things like this, all your weapons, your guns, all that stuff gonna be melted down, man. One of the reasons why the world is so wicked is because everybody's ruling in the same mentality, in the same manner of Esau, Edom. Differences of rulership between Jacob and Esau. Let's see this again, man.
Take him. Wait. Wait, just stop it. I think you'll come more. Okay, take it. Wait, not from the front. Down front.
Hey, man. And you know the beautiful thing about it, that's how Yahweh Shai is going to charge this kingdom, this rulership. But their weapons is not going to be able to pierce. Their weapons are not going to be able to pierce. Their weapons are not going to be able to destroy what Yahweh Shai has coming. Let me get back to the scriptures. I'll get back over here. I want to go to Genesis chapter 9. Matter of fact, Salakia. Let me start at Isaiah. I'm gonna go to Isaiah first. Isaiah chapter 8. And I'm gonna start at verse 11. 15. Isaiah chapter 8, verse 11. For the Lord spake thus to me with a strong hand, and instructed me that I should not walk in the way of this people, saying, Say ye not a confederacy to all them to whom this people shall say a confederacy. Neither fear ye their fear, nor be afraid. This is how Yahweh coming back. That's how he was. He was a fisher. He's coming back as a hunter. Coming back as a hunter, man. And the tabernacle King David, the 144,000 men, 12,000 men from each of the tribes of Israel, that's become heirs through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, by the mercy of Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. All right, like in Psalm chapter 83, they had a confederacy against the children of Israel that the name be no more in the land, and they accomplished that. Just like the video we just saw, how they took that lion out through their weapons. They pushed us out of Jerusalem in 70 AD. Let me say, hey man, let me go down to verse 13. Sanctify the Lord of hosts, Yahweh of armies himself, and let him be your fear, and let him be your dread. Right? Is that not what we're doing to the best of our ability in these days and time? Making the Lord our fear and our dread. Seek ye your own soul salvation with all fear and trembling. Okay? Of the Lord, of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. Nothing else. That's what he's saying. Forget about the confederacy. Who's going to stand up for me? Forget about what they say. Forget about what they say they're going to do. Now you know who controls everything and what's going to happen. And what happens at the end of everything, and how the world is going to be renewed, refreshed. How it's going to be a new world and a new heaven. How it's going to be refreshed through Yahweh Shah. And nothing is going to stop it. These carnal weapons is not going to stop it. Nothing that they could have came up with in their imagination is going to stop it from happening. Once again, Isaiah 8:13. Sanctify the Lord of hosts himself, and let him be. And how you calling on his name? How do you do that? Calling on his name, his proper name. Start having faith in the gospel of his only begotten Son, our Savior, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, Adawan Ratazah. Because none of us, we don't know if we saved yet. That's why we call ourselves, that's why we call, from the elders and apostles on down, hopeful elect. Sanctify the Lord of hosts himself, and let him be your fear, and let him be your dread. For he shall be for a sanctuary. And he shall be for a sanctuary, a place of safety, a place of rest, a place of refuge, a strong tower. But for a stone of stumbling and for a rock of offense to both the houses of Israel, right? The northern and southern kingdom, for a gin and for a snare to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, starting with his name, calling on Jesus and whoever else you could think of, starting there, a block of stumbling. All right, From there, I want to go to, you know, to Genesis. Differences of the differences of rulership. The differences of rulership. Genesis. Because as we just seen in that video, by the sword, Esau ruled this earth. But there's a time coming as before. The time coming as before. That's going to be ruled in righteousness. That's going to be ruled in righteousness. Genesis chapter 9, verse 2. Yeah, I'll keep right there. Genesis 9, chapter 9, verse 2. And it states, and the fear of you, right? This is spoken to Adam, right? The fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast upon of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, and upon all that move upon the earth, and upon all the fishes of the sea. Into your hand are they delivered. We don't have to sit up there and pull out guns and shoot down elephants, bears, lions, tigers. You know, we ain't gonna have to do none of that. The differences of rulership, true knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, starting with the obedience of the elect to our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Ratazah. That's what we have to look forward to. Lord, will we be a part of that number, you know, that we could see it on the first go-round. Once again, Genesis chapter 9, verse 2, and the fear of you and the dread of you with those new bodies, with the new mind, the new way of thinking. Like I believe I said earlier in this video, most people are thinking after who runs this world, who rules this world. They can't think outside the box. If this how Esau got it, this how we gonna get it. Let's pick up guns and make it happen. Two different manner of people, two different ways of rulership. You know? And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, and upon all that move upon the earth, and upon all the fishes of the sea, and upon your so like into your hand they are delivered. That's exactly what's going to happen again. Let's go to Isaiah 11. Chapter 11. We're going to start at verse 1. I know this is a pretty long video, but I hope it's still edifying. I'm going to go to verse 5. 1 through 5. Isaiah chapter 11, verse 1 through 5. And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his root. Right? Jesse is the father of King David. And later on along down the line, you know that Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly called Jesus, is from the seed of King David. You know, coming out of the seed of Joseph, who is from the seed of King David. You could read Matthew chapter 1, verse 1 through 15, 16. Isaiah 11 and 1 again. And there shall come forth forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. And the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him. And that happened, right? When he came, you know, the dove ascended upon him. The Spirit of the Lord, and the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him, the Spirit of wisdom and understanding, the spirit of counsel and might, the spirit of knowledge, and of the fear of Yahweh, the fear of the Lord. Okay, which is how you get knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Lord. Like any good father, when you fear your father, he's telling you the right things. You'll see how much you progress, how much you grow in life. But if you want to be rebellious, you'll see how much you'll deteriorate in this decrepit world. Okay. Verse 3, and shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of the Lord, and he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, right? Neither reprove after the hearing of his ears, but with righteousness shall he judge the poor, and reprove with equity for the meek of the earth, because the meek is going to inherit the earth. Those that Yahweh Shema Shah are humbling down and returning to himself. And he shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips shall he slay the wicked. That goes into a lot of different, I can't really get that right now, but starting with the chariots, starting with his men right now, starting with his men. That's how everything is going down right now. The simple thought process, the simple differences of rulership between Jacob and Esau. Esau has ran this world by weaponry and deception. But now the truth is coming out through the lips of the prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, starting with our beloved elders and apostles and bishops. Okay? On down to the least of us. Adawan Ratazah. But with righteousness shall he judge the poor, and reprove with equity for the meek of the earth, and he shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips shall he slay the wicked. And righteousness shall be the girdle of his loins, and full faithfulness the girdles of his reins. With that, the righteousness, I want to get this precept I've been loving for about a week now. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon. I bet it's going to put up some bullshit on me right now. We're going to see, though. It's going to make me want to go back. Wisdom of Solomon. And I'm going to go to chapter 1. And I believe it's in 15. We about to see it. I knew it was going to do that. So it's okay. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. Slucky, fam. Give me a minute. That's where I should have went right there. To Google. Wisdom of Solomon. And Slakia, I didn't mean to take this long. I really didn't mean to. Let's go down to verse 15. Matter of fact, I'm going to hit verse 15 first, right? For righteousness is immortal. All right? Living in righteousness, that's what's going to make us immortal. Not Esau, Edom coming up with these inventions and these pills and these taking shots and changing out your heart, changing out your lung and your liver. That's not what's going to bring you everlasting life, immortality, righteousness through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, which is what his elect is gonna receive upon his arrival. Let's go here to verse 13. For the Most High made not death, neither have he pleasure in the destruction of the living. For he created all things that they might have their being, and the generations of the world were healthful. And there is no poisoning of destruction in them, nor the kingdom of death upon the earth. The time that's coming. Because this kingdom we living in right now, this is the kingdom of death, ran by Esau Edom, the border of wickedness. who is as death. His blessing is the sword, the weapon, aka destruction. He's going to be taken out. And his manner. Remember at the beginning, there's two manner of people. The differences of rulership between Jacob and Esau. Verse 15 again, for righteousness is immortal. With that, I want to go to, matter of fact, let me see. Do I got it on here? I do. Let's check it out. Let's see the definition for righteousness. Isaiah chapter 11. This is really long, man. This is longer than I really expected to go, but Lord willing, it's edifying. Nothing is by coincidence. Isaiah chapter 11. Let's see what this word. Chapter 11, verse 5. I forgot how tricky this tablet is, so Salakia. Come on, man. I don't want to exit out of you. I know I had to, though. Okay. They trying to, why right now? Why right now? You ain't stopping nothing. I'll get it off my phone. You want to play. Isaiah chapter 11. In chapter 5. We're going to go down to righteousness. What does that mean?
Strong's H6664. Tzedek.
All right. And one of the first definitions, I'll get that. It says outline of biblical usage. One, justice, rightness, righteousness. What is right or just or normal? Rightness, justness. Of weights and measures. Right? Balance, equity. Does not Yahweh Bashim Yahushua work in balance and equity? Okay? The opposite of the way Esau Edom runs things. Period. For his own pleasure, the Lord created all these things and made all these things go into play, but mainly for the elect, for our learning. Salaki, for our learning. That we get a more broad understanding of what we're involved into and what we you know, how can I say, at this time called into. At this time what we're called into. Since you tripping, I'm gonna cut off from you. Weights and measures. All right. The definition of righteousness in this world, as you know, is not being ran in righteousness. Why? Because of Job 9:24. Because Malachi chapter 1, starting at verse 1 through 4. Because the wicked are in rulership. And this is what they do. But that's still the balance of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, the righteous and the wicked. That's why they got to pull out guns and shoot animals. That's why you got animals. That's why the world is upside down right now. With that, let me get this. Let me go here. I want to go to a future prediction, not predict. Yeah, prophecy. This explaining the differences of Isaiah chapter 11. Chapter 11. Show you the differences. We ain't gonna have to pull out guns. You know, when you living in righteousness, you ain't gotta do none of that, those type of things. It's all gonna be done through the mercy of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. This is what this is what Israel gonna be on. All right, starting with starting with Yahweh Shai. You know, starting with the elect of Israel. The wolf also shall dwell with the lamb. Let me see if I should open that up. Let's probably open that up. Isaiah 11 and verse 5. Again, and righteousness shall be the girdle of his loins, and faithfulness the girdle of his reins. The wolf also shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf and the young lion and the fatling together, and a little child shall lead them. And the cow and the bear shall feed, their young ones shall lie down together. A cow and a bear. Is that happening right now in this world? This is going to be the two differences of rulership in the kingdom to come. Why y'all worried about, going outside and getting hit up with a moose, getting charged down by a moose or a bear or a raccoon? These people scared of a damn raccoon. Esau put all this fear in your minds, in our hearts, and that's why Yahweh Shai got to come back so things can be run in righteousness. And as we just read in Genesis chapter 9, the Lord's going to put that fear and dread in the animals like he did with Adam, who is Yahweh Shai, if you can see that through the Spirit. But it's going to be in all righteousness. No more going off for any of us. And the little child shall lead them. And the cow and the bear shall feed, their young ones shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox. The lion gonna eat straw like the ox. You see how this lion trying to go at these I can't call them humans because they ain't got no hue to them. After these Edomites. Okay? You reap what you sow. This is what you created. And in the future, it ain't gonna be none of that. Your blessing is gonna be deteriorated. The sword, all that stuff gonna be destroyed. And the sucking child shall play on the hole of the asp, and the weaned child shall put his hand on the cockatrice den. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, as the waters covereth the sea. The differences of rulership between Jacob and Esau. Yeah, and the other nations, they're going to fear our power too. They're going to fear our Lord and Savior. Right? You can go to Exodus chapter 15, starting at verse 15 to 16 through 16 for that. You can also go into Isaiah chapter 8, starting at verse 11 to 15 for that. Yeah, do some homework, do some research. And you can go to Deuteronomy chapter 2 and 25. All right? How that fear and that dread is going to be upon the whole earth. Let me read it again. In where we at? Isaiah chapter 11 and verse 9. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord as the waters cover the sea. Yeah, and everybody gonna come to Jerusalem asking for that knowledge and that wisdom and that understanding. How y'all get the bears to do what they do, the lions to do what they do? How do y'all, You know, not how Esau Edom run this world, because now this how people think you're supposed to run the world with weapons. Nah, in the kingdom it's gonna be totally different. You know, two manner of people, two differences of rulership. With that, I'm gonna close out, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shah, Bashim Kwakadash, and double honor to our elders and apostles of the great millstone. All right, till next time, to the hopeful let the Israel endure, endure, endure. Yahweh, Yahweh Shah, Ratazah, endure. Kwam Yasharala, Wa Abba Baba.